You have spent a lifetime observing the ebb and flow of global markets, meticulously managing your own financial legacy. For decades, the absolute center of global wealth accumulation has been the massive sovereign wealth funds of the Middle East. Fueled by the endless flow of black gold, you might assume that these trillion-dollar financial titans are content with their traditional portfolios of global real estate, luxury infrastructure, and legacy equities. However, a tectonic shift is occurring right now beneath the surface of the mainstream financial media. The architects of the world's most powerful economies are quietly but aggressively executing a profound pivot. While the middle class remains entirely fixated on the volatile inflation of fiat currencies, the smartest and largest pools of capital on Earth are fundamentally rethinking the entire concept of value storage. The true danger of this massive capital migration lies in its devastating silence. When sovereign wealth funds controlling trillions of dollars begin to alter their fundamental asset allocation, it inevitably creates a massive structural vacuum that strips purchasing power from the uninformed. Elite professionals understand that protecting generational wealth requires looking far beyond the performance of a standard stock portfolio. It demands tracking the precise movements of the apex predators in the global financial ecosystem. If the sovereign funds of the Middle East begin migrating even a fraction of their colossal energy revenues into decentralized digital assets, the resulting liquidity shock will permanently separate those who anticipated the shift from those who completely ignored it. You insure your physical assets, but are you protecting your monetary foundation? Conventional financial advice often suggests that digital assets are merely speculative instruments designed for retail traders and volatile tech portfolios. This is the first catastrophic trap that ensnares many traditional high net worth individuals. Leading macroeconomic research institutes and global banking analysts have confirmed that Middle Eastern sovereign funds are actively investing massive capital into blockchain infrastructure, digital asset exchanges, and the fundamental architecture of decentralized finance. They are not merely trading cryptocurrencies for short-term capital gains. They are aggressively acquiring the foundational layer of the future Internet of Money. Relying solely on outdated assumptions about the nature of cryptocurrency is equivalent to ignoring the invention of the combustion engine, while heavily investing in traditional horse carriages. To genuinely understand this unprecedented pivot, we must examine the undeniable macroeconomic reality of the current global financial system. The primary instigator driving oil-rich nations toward digital assets is the aggressive devaluation of dominant fiat currencies and the weaponization of the traditional global banking system. Sovereign wealth managers are highly sophisticated entities mandated to protect their national wealth for centuries, not just fiscal quarters. They recognize that Bitcoin and premier digital assets offer an absolutely finite, mathematically verifiable store of value that cannot be diluted by arbitrary central bank money printing. It is the ultimate digital gold. But how are these massive institutions actually executing these colossal multi-billion-dollar acquisitions without completely disrupting the fragile equilibrium of the public crypto markets? The ultimate secret lies in a highly curated methodology of institutional accumulation, executed through obscure over-the-counter desks and specialized prime brokerages. This is not about logging onto a public retail exchange and clicking a simple buy button. It is about applying precise, sophisticated financial algorithms to slowly siphon massive quantities of digital assets out of circulating supply over extended periods. The world's most exclusive financial institutions have quietly built this customized infrastructure exclusively for their sovereign clients. yielding an incredible accumulation of digital wealth entirely hidden from the general public. We are about to reveal the exact macroeconomic indicators and the hidden on-chain data that expose this silent wealth transfer. Are you completely prepared to position your portfolio alongside the absolute smartest money on the planet? Welcome to your exclusive guided macroeconomic framework designed to perfectly align your portfolio with the world's smartest sovereign wealth. You do not need to manage a trillion-dollar fund to replicate their absolute success. We begin with a principle called on-chain intelligence tracking. Unlike traditional opaque banking systems, public blockchains offer a transparent ledger of every single transaction. While sovereign entities utilize complex obfuscation techniques, advanced analytics allow astute observers to detect massive structural accumulation patterns. By monitoring massive wallet outflows from major global exchanges into deep cold storage, we can clearly verify the institutional hoarding of absolute scarcity. You must forcefully shift your perspective from short-term price volatility to long-term macroeconomic accumulation. To successfully complement your macroeconomic tracking, you must fundamentally optimize your own personal asset allocation. The modern luxury portfolio often contains an overwhelming ratio of legacy equities and depreciating fiat bonds, which actively melt your purchasing power. You must intentionally incorporate pristine digital assets into your elegant financial architecture. Consider Bitcoin not merely as a speculative token but as the ultimate digital property and the foundational layer of a new global monetary network. Just as the visionary leaders of the region transformed vast desert landscapes into thriving modern metropolises through energy wealth, you must transform your traditional portfolio into a futuristic financial fortress. This specific asset class provides an impenetrable shield against central bank monetary debasement. The final critical pillar of our elite wealth preservation protocol involves engineering an uncompromising psychological resilience. Sovereign funds operate on multi-generational time horizons entirely unaffected by the daily panic of retail markets. The continuous glow of volatile financial media actively blocks clear executive judgment, mimicking the stress of constant financial warfare. You must intentionally sever all emotional tethers to short-term market fluctuations. Replace the frantic trading mentality with the calm, unwavering conviction of a nation-state securing its economic future. Engage in deep strategic planning with your partner, focusing on the ultimate preservation of your legacy. This is an aggressive biological and psychological strategy to deeply cleanse your financial anxiety and prepare your portfolio for massive growth. You have successfully navigated ruthless global markets, built magnificent corporate empires, and secured a legacy that will outlast your generation. Your financial resilience is the ultimate enterprise that demands the most sophisticated level of executive management. Refuse to accept the flawed narrative that digital assets are merely temporary trends. You possess the unparalleled resources, the sharp intellect, and now the precise macroeconomic knowledge to completely rewrite your financial destiny alongside the apex predators of global wealth. Imagine the profound, liberating peace of mind knowing your portfolio is as robust and impenetrable as the sovereign funds of the most prosperous nations. Picture yourself effortlessly traveling the globe and enjoying your family without a single shadow of financial limitation. True power is absolute freedom. It is time to take definitive action and elevate your investment portfolio to the highest possible standard. Start today by implementing our guided macroeconomic tracking routines and strictly engineering your asset allocation to include premier digital property. Share this essential masterclass with your peers and loved ones who also value their executive vitality and financial independence above all else. Your absolute economic integrity is your ultimate future, and it is never too late to reinforce it with absolute macroeconomic certainty. We are dedicated to providing you with the most advanced, scientifically validated financial strategies for a truly golden and serene life. Please subscribe to our exclusive channel to join a global community of distinguished individuals who refuse to compromise on their legacy. Stay eternally golden.